the sound that makes me go crazy. I'm all about that. This is the sound that makes your bones, baby. I'm all into that. Bounce up the place and vibes them popping. Oh, no, can't stop this sound from rocking. This is the sound that makes your bones, baby. I'm all about what? This is the sound that makes me go crazy. This is the sound that makes me go crazy. This is the sound that makes me go crazy. This is the sound that makes me go crazy. This is the sound that makes me go crazy. Move for me, can you move for me, move for me? This is the sound that makes me go crazy. You know, girl, you never look better. This is the sound that makes me go crazy. Move for me, I think you move for me, move for me. This is the sound that makes me go crazy. Wind up yourself to the sound of the track, yeah. You make me look, you make me look. You make me look, you make me look. You make me look, you make me look. Wind up yourself to the sound of the track, yeah.
It is finally time, folks. Dwayne James, Johnny Feelgood here for the first ever PLE for CAW Wrestling Global. That is right, it is February 22nd, Sunday, folks. Genesis has finally arrived, and what a night of wrestling action we have for you right here on YouTube. We are going to see something that we have never seen in CAW Wrestling before. This is CWG Genesis. And again, we have a massive array of matches. We will crown the first ever CWG Heavyweight Champion later tonight. We will have a champion versus champion match in the women's division. We will see Barron, Blade, and Ricochet team up against Superstar Craig David, Aaron Flyboy, Fletcher, and so much more. And folks, we're going to head to ringside to kick things off with the King of the Indies for the King of the Indies Championship. Ladies and gentlemen, this is CAW Wrestling Global. And the CWG, folks, as I've described it before, is the NWA of CAW Wrestling, not that new nonsense, the old school NWA bringing all promotions together. And that is Fight Japan CAW Wrestling, BCW, FJCW, CWLL, and the King of the Indies, folks. But again, we have told you there's going to be a lot of surprises, and look at this. One half of the former team, the Blood Brothers, Dylan Frost, making his debut in the CWG here to compete for the King of the Indies Championship. And like I said, this is the first of many surprises on this channel, ladies and gentlemen. I am super excited for what this event and what CWG can bring to YouTube. Again, most of you will know me as the host of the MPWF on our other MPWF Wrestling channel, ladies and gentlemen, but this is the CWG. And Dylan Frost has been itching to be back in competition for quite some time now, and has a massive opportunity here in our opening matchup for the King of the Indies. Again, Dylan Frost has been fighting around in different promotions, and now is looking to make this one of his main home bases. And his opponent is going to be very, very tough. And again, folks, if you haven't checked out our pre-show for CWG Genesis, it was incredible. We saw the debut of Bobby Burgers on YouTube against El Negro Maxima, as well as TSO Johnny Vestra and Leon Marshall took on the BCW Tag Team Champions of Gabriel Slade and Jacob Castor Perfection Faculty. So again, when this is done, make sure that you go to this channel right here and check out the pre-show. But we are here live right now in Chicago, Illinois, and here comes the King of the Indies champion, the hardcore icon himself, Billy Ray Peterson. And what an amazing title reign it has been since he defeated Jim Jocko on our first episode of CAW Wrestling Global. Billy Ray Peterson has defended his championship against the likes of Massive Damage, Hugh Charles, Taylor Andrews, Cannonball, and Oddball. And now he meets Dylan Frost here, and this matchup will be under King of the Indies rules, folks. This is going to be a good one and a good way to start off Genesis. And a hard-hitting one at that, folks. Again, there ain't going to be no high-flying in this one. These men are going to be big, meaty men slapping meat here in this matchup, ladies and gentlemen. And you can feel the excitement in the arena. You can feel the vibe here, folks. The vibe is strong here in the CWG. I mentioned we have been waiting for a long time for this event to finally reach airwaves, and again, February 22nd will go down in history as the first premium live event for CAW Wrestling Global. So everyone is going to be showing up and showing out here tonight, folks. They want to make sure that their names are immortalized in the YouTube space, immortalized in CAW Wrestling. And I'm telling you from experience, folks, anything that is done here on YouTube is never forgotten. So you can appear on one of these events, whether it's the pre-show, whether it's the main show, you are never forgotten. That can never be taken away from you. And the King of the Indies has had a couple chapters on our other channel, the MPWF Wrestling. They got to show their stuff, and now here they are being represented strong here in CWG. Dylan Frost for the first time competing for the King of the Indies and for the Heavyweight Championship. Again, this matchup will have a 20-minute time limit. It's a title fight. Again, other matches with 10-minute time limit in the King of the Indies. So again, it makes you change your strategy. It's not just about fighting to no time limit. You got as much time as you want. You have to focus on winning within a time. And Billy Ray Peterson now with a big knife edge chop to Dylan Frost. And like I said, this is going to be a big strike off here between these two men. As you can see, the size of Dylan Frost, which means he's got nothing but raw power here, as he takes down the champion Billy Ray Peterson. But Billy Ray Peterson, tougher than $2 steak, will bring the fight to anybody, folks. And we've seen that, and not just CWG and the MPWF as well. Both of these men been in the MPWF. Billy Ray Peterson, former hardcore champion. Dylan Frost, multi-time CAW World Tag Team Champion, as well as World Wrestling Future Champion. Another one of the promotions involved with the CWG. The World Wrestling Future used to be the developmental league of the MPWF, but now standing on its own 2 feet as a part of the CWG conglomerate. As Dylan now sends Billy Ray Peterson into the ropes here. And he's going to go for a chokeslam, but Billy Ray Peterson fights back with the elbow. You know, a quick aside to the MPWF, and I will try not to make too much of those here tonight, folks, but the Royal Rumble, what an event it was. And look at that, what a slam that was there by Dylan Frost. But I just want to quickly say here, we'll mention this when MPWF War comes out. Thank you to everyone that watched the Royal Rumble. That was the most live streamed YouTube event since we've been doing premieres, folks. 200 people watched that show live. Do you understand that? That was incredible, and so was that slam to the outside of the ring. So again, if you haven't had the chance to look at it yet, go check out the Royal Rumble. It was a special night, and again, February 15th will go down in history for the MPWF, as we are looking to make February 22nd go down in history for the CWG. As Dylan throws Billy Ray Peterson back inside the ring here. Again, Dylan Frost all over Billy Ray Peterson here in this matchup. And again, Billy Ray Peterson didn't know who his opponent was. So Dylan Frost knew he was going to be competing for the King of the Indies Championship. Billy Ray Peterson was coming in this matchup unawares and has to adapt to his massively large opponent here. As there's a big choke slam there from the deadlift by the challenger Dylan Frost. You know, I spoke to Dylan Frost personally before this show, and I said in his entrance, but he has been itching for a fight at this level here on YouTube. And what a statement it would be for the big man to walk away here as the King of the Indies champion, the heavyweight champion of a promotion. Dylan Frost again is all over Billy Ray Peterson. There's a deadlift power bomb, and the champion needs to come up with some offense very quickly here, or this one's going to be all said and done. But a kick out there. And Dylan Frost, a little bit of frustration on his face. But I said Dylan Frost wants to impress strong here. So a quick victory, winning in under 5 minutes, would certainly not just put Dylan Frost on the map in the CAW Wrestling world, but again, there is a CWG Heavyweight Championship. A championship that encompasses the whole of these promotions. The number one man, the number one fighter. Again, you guys remember Afro Samurai when they fought for the number one headband? Firstly, unbelievable show. But that's what it is. Having the number one headband is having the CWG World Heavyweight Championship. And we know in our main event, Chad Warrior and Kong will fight for that title. But a spine buster there by Dylan Frost. Now hooking the leg here for the cover. And Billy Ray Peterson getting the shoulder up. And now Dylan Frost going for the Boston Crab submission here. What a rope break. Referee in a great position there. And now big double foot stomp there, and a second one by Dylan Frost. And like I said, Billy Ray Peterson needs to step his game up here. I know that Dylan Frost has the size and power advantage in this situation, but quite frankly, he's getting his ass whipped right now, ladies and gentlemen. And like I said, yeah, he needs to do something quick here, because this ain't working out for him, and that right there will help it. A pop-up powerbomb there, but no, not even a one count. Dylan Frost, but no, a knee to the, or an elbow to the knee, folks. As Billy Ray Peterson now firing back with these strikes here, and a big knife edge chop at another one. And Billy Ray Peterson is now giving everything he's got to Dylan Frost, and a shot to the midsection. And that's what you got to do, break the big man down here. Again, this is our opening matchup here for CWG Genesis, as Billy Ray Peterson throwing Dylan Frost to the outside. Frost slipping there, not able to stand on his 2 feet, and Billy Ray Peterson throwing his entire body weight at Dylan Frost. And that right there is what the veteran of CAW Wrestling needs to do to retain the championship. I mentioned the names before: Massive Damage, Cannonball, Oddball, Hugh Charles, Taylor Andrews. He's defended his title against all of them, and there's the frog splash. And he's letting Dylan Frost know right now that I ain't no pushover, and you're not walking in to my ring and taking my championship from me. As now Billy Ray Peterson going all the way to the top rope here. Dylan Frost now doesn't know where this offense came from, and a missile drop kick there by the champion. And now hooking the leg here to finish Dylan Frost. 2 and a near fall there. Dylan Frost able to kick out of 1 by that pop-up powerbomb, and now having to roll to the outside of the ring. And this is why Billy Ray Peterson has held the King of the Indies Championship for so long. And Billy Ray Peterson diving to the other side this time, all on top of Dylan Frost. It's a special night, ladies and gentlemen, as Dylan Frost thrown back in the ring. Billy Ray Peterson in control. And now Peterson there with a big boot right to the face of Dylan Frost to end this one right here and now with the cover and all. Dylan Frost kicking out at 1, and again, want to thank Skin Dread for that intro. What an incredible intro package, ladies and gentlemen. I just need to put that out there. As now Dylan Frost hits him with a knee to the face and back off the ropes there with that clothesline. It's exactly what I expected when I heard it was going to be these two men fighting each other. That's now Dylan Frost going for that choke slam again, but BRP able to block it with the elbow, and then went for the boot. Dylan Frost ducking underneath it, and oh, there's a bicycle kick by the challenger. Incredible matchup thus far, and it looks to exceed expectations as Dylan Frost has Billy Ray Peterson on the ropes here. And now wait a minute, Billy Ray Peterson in trouble, and he's just thrown all the way to the floor, right there on the pretty CWG logo. As now Dylan Frost on the top turnbuckle, and a splash straight to the floor there. And he said to Billy Ray Peterson, anything you can do, I can do better. Again, I think, as far as I'm aware, this is a first-time showing here between Billy Ray Peterson and Dylan Frost in any wrestling space. And it certainly is not disappointing here tonight. And now Dylan Frost, oh no, wait, Billy Ray Peterson fights back with a forearm there. And now Billy Ray Peterson going to the top rope, and Dylan went for the strike. Billy Ray Peterson firing back here, and now Peterson went for the clothesline, and Dylan Frost moved out the way. And now Frost, oh, what a headbutt there to Billy Ray Peterson. BRP on the ground. Dylan Frost back to the top rope again, gonna go for that splash again, and oh, he missed the big knee drop. And now, oh, there's a code breaker by the champion. And we know Billy Ray Peterson can use that moonsault. It ain't pretty, but it's effective. And oh, Dylan Frost getting to his feet, and there's a frog splash to the back, and that's gonna be it. Frog splash to the lower back of Dylan Frost. 2, and oh, Dylan just gets the shoulder up. And you can hear the appreciation from Chicago, Illinois, here in the Allstate Arena. CWG Genesis, opening match for the King of the Indies title, as Billy Ray Peterson now continuing the offense here on the challenger. And Dylan Frost now fighting against Billy Ray Peterson. And I'll tell you this, folks, these two men are having a whale of a time. They're enjoying wailing each other right here and now as you can see it. Believe me, this is the closest thing to heaven for both of these men. Now Dylan Frost went for that headbutt, and now this time decides to just throw his entire body weight at Billy Ray Peterson. And now Dylan, oh my Jesus Christ! Oh, that's gotta be it. That's gotta be it. Did you see him launch Billy Ray Peterson across the ring, but Billy Ray Peterson grabbing the rope and Dylan Frost in shock there. He launched him across the ring post. That is a 20 by 20 ring post, 20 feet. He launched him about 15 feet. Do you know how insane that is? And now, wait a minute, Billy Ray Peterson, oh, he's got the brass knuckles, and no! Billy Ray Peterson, a hardcore icon, went to use the brass knuckles there, and it backfired, and oh, catching Dylan Frost here, and now Billy Ray Peterson has Frost up here, and now, oh, there's the screwdriver, and that's gotta be it, the screwdriver to retain the championship, and no! Oh my goodness. We have some real graps here tonight, ladies and gentlemen. This is just the first match. This is the first of many, and there's a frog splash again, and Billy Ray Peterson misses it. And now Dylan Frost here has him up on his shoulders, and Dylan Frost slamming Billy Ray Peterson to the ground. And now Frost going all the way to the top rope. Billy Ray Peterson is in trouble here. Now Dylan Frost telling him this is it. And now, big knee drop straight to the jaw and throat. And that is it, folks. There ain't no way he's kicking out of that. And we crown a new King of the Indies champion to start off Genesis. Again, folks, when you look up the Webster's Dictionary, what is the definition of Genesis? The start of something new. Chapter 1, Book 1. It is right now, folks, and we are seeing something brand new here on YouTube. Fully cinematic, CWG Genesis, and Dylan Frost opens the night's proceedings by becoming the new King of the Indies champion. And now we have to think back to when he was in the MPWF and he fought his brother at SummerSlam. To have to deal with that, to deal with losing the tag team championships, to arriving here in CWG and becoming King of the Indies champion right out the gate is massive. And right there he says, only God forgives, not him, folks. He's gonna tear you down until he can get to the top, and this is just the beginning. So we know that on the King of the Indies, this is the main man now. A new sheriff is in town, and his name is Dylan Frost. Well, folks, what an incredible way to start the show off. We've got so much more for you here, folks. Again, we have the FJCW Championship coming up next here as well as the tag team match. We have a steel cage match for the World Wrestling Future title. Again, the main event, Chad Warrior versus Kong, the finals of the CWG Heavyweight Championship tournament. Ladies and gentlemen, this is such a big night. February 22nd, folks. I'm going to keep saying it because it is a history-making night here on YouTube. And for those of you who don't know, this is the reason that we are here. This is the man that has started CWG, Mr. Matt Mongo himself, and he is going to come out here to address the crowd. He has put a lot of money, time, and investment into getting CWG off the ground, and believe me, he is very happy about how this event is coming off so far. And Matt Mongo, for those of you who are initiated with the MPWF, the last name Mongo sounds very familiar. His father was the late great Vern Mongo, one of the best MPWF world champions, a manager to the legit one Richard Hawkins and the Superstar Sparks brothers. Ryan Sparks made to the finals of the Royal Rumble, multi-time world champion. Richard Hawkins, multi-time world champion. Vern Mongo has done it all in CAW Wrestling, and now his son is the owner of CWG. And he says, welcome to CWG Genesis. My name is Matt Mongo, and I am the mastermind behind the CWG. My dad is the late, great Vern Mongo. He was one of the greatest managers and champions the MPWF ever saw. I inherited his wealth after he passed. I wanted to carry on his legacy, and with the help of the Eclipse before he went back to the MPWF, my dream was born. And that's right, folks. When the Eclipse was gone from the MPWF, he was out here building this idea, CWG with Matt Mongo, but the Eclipse now back in the Major Pain Wrestling Federation. And he says, I love wrestling, but not that boring MPWF stuff. I love lucha, I love strong style, I love catch wrestling, I love it all. And the CWG features the best talent in the world, combining the 5 best promotions in the world, including some of the hottest free agents, as you saw in that first match. And believe me, there'll be a lot more of that tonight, and in many more future installments of CWG. Strong promises being made here by Matt Mongo, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to have to stay biased because I commentate both shows. CWG and the MPWF will stay impartial, I should say, not become biased. Says, I want to announce that our episodic TV show will be called CWG Riot and will be featured right here on the CAW Wrestling Global channel. And I also want to announce a slight change to our main event. Chad Warrior and Kong made it to the finals in the CWG title tournament, but I have just signed a free agent who didn't get a chance to compete. So the main event will now be a triple threat match. Wait a minute. He says, thank you and enjoy the rest of the show. Hold on a second. Matt Mongo saying that he has signed a free agent who did not get to compete in the tournament, and now the world title matchup will be a triple threat rules match coming out of nowhere, folks. I told you we've got some surprises this evening. Who knows what Mr. Matt Mongo has planned for later tonight. But now it's time to get your freaking flyer miles out, folks, because we are going to be traveling across the world for this matchup. I mean, we're still going to be right here in Chicago, but right now it's time for the FJCW Heavyweight Championship from our friends over in Japan. And again, they have produced lots of talent. The MPWF has seen Kivo. I don't like him too much, but Kivo, again, former interim CWG World Heavyweight Champion. Tora as well, who's the current YouTube champion. And here's another young wrestler who's looking to make a name for himself here tonight, Akihiro Takahashi. And what a story for this young competitor. We thought that the Takahashi lineage was done. Now again, Kaito Takahashi is the nephew of the legendary Senior Takahashi. Again, there are 4 pillars in Japan: the Takahashi family, the Yoshino family, the Ryu family, and the Tora family. Takahashi had a son that we didn't know about that was here in America. Again, Akihiro Takahashi's mother of African American descent. We didn't know that this had taken place. And the boy was found and trained, and look at him. He is an absolute stud, ladies and gentlemen. But so is this man, the current reigning and defending champion, Shen Ryu. And like Billy Ray Peterson, he has had an incredible reign as the heavyweight champion here in FJCW. Now there's rumors going around that Shen Ryu, his contract with FJCW is heading up, and he may be going to the Major Pain Wrestling Federation. And again, this matchup tonight, the future here, he needs to see if he's going to sign with CWG as a whole, if he's going to stay in FJCW, if he's going to go to the MPWF. So much is up in the air here for Mr. Shen Ryu, but he is one of the best wrestlers in the world, losing in the semi-finals barely to Chad Warrior to challenge for the heavyweight title. He was looking to hold 2 championships here. Again, this man has not been beaten in a title matchup for almost 2 years, ladies and gentlemen. I don't know if there's anyone that can stop Shen Ryu, and again, it's a massive challenge for Akihiro Takahashi, who, like I said, has moved up amazingly here in Japan. The fans over there discovering the long-lost son of Senior Takahashi was massive, and they have supported him from the get-go. Again, trained with the Young Lions in the Young Lion Dojo in FJCW and is now moving up here, challenging for the heavyweight title, defeating Alex Connors, one of the top contenders, defeating Tommy Douglas before that. Again, a known wrestler in CAW Wrestling too as well. And now he's got a big chance here at Shen Ryu. The other caveat as well is we've seen Kenpachi Toshihiro hanging around FJCW. Used to be in the MPWF as well. Back in FJCW, Kenpachi Toshihiro is now leading the New Black Sun in Japan and has spoken to Akihiro Takahashi. Shen Ryu was a part of that group, left them. Then Shen Ryu felt like he was losing out, that he wasn't living up to the Ryu name, wanted to actually separate himself from the Ryu name and join the Black Sun, and then had an emotional moment with the fans in Japan when he realized the error of his ways. And again, he has been on top of the promotion since then, running out the Black Sun before that. And now the Black Sun is back, and now they might be able to get Akihiro Takahashi under their thumb, ladies and gentlemen. As now, look at this takedown here by Shen Ryu. So you got to think, what is it going to mean for Akihiro Takahashi when this one is all said and done? If he loses here tonight to Shen Ryu, does the thought of joining Kenpachi Toshihiro warm his heart a little bit more? As he now goes him up here for a snap suplex. A big, strong kid. And a DDT there to Shen Ryu. And now hooking his leg here, does Akihiro Takahashi, you know. Kick out there by Ryu. And now Takahashi now grabbing him in with that collar elbow tie. But off the ropes, there's a back body drop there to Shen Ryu. And Takahashi now building that momentum here for himself. And Takahashi, a relatively unknown name in North America. Like I said, he's been really building his name in Japan. And now takedown there by Shen Ryu. Not to mention again, Shen Ryu is well known. Had an amazing matchup on CAW Wrestling Global against Kazuma Fujiwara. Kazuma Fujiwara was one half of the World Wrestling Future Tag Team Champions, but we saw Jet Goldman at the Royal Rumble. Many of those titles have been vacated, so maybe we'll find out what happens later on in the World Wrestling Future with those championships. As Shen Ryu has Takahashi up there, nice slam there into the buckle. And now Ryu again picking Takahashi up, and there's two spears into the buckle there by Shen Ryu. And the veteran is in control here tonight. You know, Shen Ryu, everybody else, we talked about how good CWG is. Shen Ryu spoke to him before the show, and now, oh my God, you want to talk about strong style. You want to talk about strong style with that German suplex. He bringing that King's Crown style here tonight. But I was going to say here, folks, Shen Ryu, not too happy about CWG. Believes that the other promotions, their main focus is going to be CWG, and he believes that the best wrestling is in FJCW, and he doesn't like the fact that FJCW is taking a back seat to everything else, in his opinion. So that might lead to what, or might be one of the reasons why Shen Ryu may be looking for pastures new from the CWG and from FJCW right now. But a Mongolian chop there by Akihiro Takahashi. And now kick to the midsection here. And Takahashi has Shen Ryu up. And oh my fuck, what? What the hell was that? Holy shit, it's right, what was that? Akihiro Takahashi just suplex powerbomb Shen Ryu. Jesus Christ. And now off the top right there with a double axe handle. Alright, kid. You just woke everyone up here, that's for sure. Oh my goodness. And now here he's going to go cloverleaf here on Shen Ryu. And again, I was putting over Shen Ryu and talking about what his mindset is like. And Akihiro Takahashi said, DJ, shut up and focus on the future of FJCW. That was insane. It's Takahashi now going straight to the armbar here on Shen Ryu. And Shen Ryu is shocked. He don't know what to think here. Shen Ryu now with the escape though. And now look at this beautiful head scissors by the champion. These are incredible matches off the out the gate here. And now, oh, there's the X-Plex by Shen Ryu here. One of his signature maneuvers to end this title match. And no, Akihiro Takahashi gets the shoulder up. And Ryu now back to that collar elbow tie up, the basis of wrestling right there is that lockup. And now there's the body slam into the ropes. Shen Ryu definitely knows how to get vicious, folks. He's walked the dark side before, as we mentioned. And now look at the power of Shen Ryu, but no, Akihiro fights back out of it. And now Takahashi there with the crucifix pin, 2, and a kick out. Takahashi now on the second rope here. Now look at this. Wait a minute. Roll through. Catching it back up here into a powerbomb. Oh my God. Oh, it's in this man's blood, folks. It's in his veins. Wrestling is in this man's veins. We talked about real graphs earlier tonight. Takahashi is bringing it here. And now, oh, beautiful Hurricanrana there. Now he's just doing shit. Now he's just doing stuff. Oh, a knee to the face, and Shen Ryu has been out of sorts since that suplex powerbomb. Takahashi letting it fly here tonight. Shen Ryu having to roll outside the ring. He's going, what the hell is happening here? And now, wait a minute. Takahashi goes to the outside, and Takahashi, oh no. Oh my God. There's that veteran experience. Shen Ryu moving out the way here. And now, wait a minute. Oh, got a gut busted. Well, I tell you what, folks, these men are bringing the fight to each other here tonight. This is an incredible matchup for the FJCW Heavyweight Championship. We are seeing the future and the present battling out here at CAW Wrestling Global Genesis. And I'll tell you this to Shen Ryu. You have matches like this, I don't think anybody's going to be thinking any less of FJCW. Referee at a 7 count. Let's not forget as well, in FJCW, the ring count out is for a 20 count. So they've got time on the outside. Jesus Christ. He is just doing moves at this point. Takahashi is just doing stuff at this point. Mr. Innovation himself in a dive to the floor. Do not let this plain black trunks fool you. This man is whipping shit out here tonight, folks. Good Lord. Akihiro Takahashi now hooking a leg here on Shen Ryu. And a kick out there by Ryu at the last second. I'll tell you right now, Akihiro Takahashi is going to be a fan favorite for years to come here if he continues wrestling like this. And now Takahashi with the dive off the top rope there. And again, this is the future of the 4 pillars here. And Takahashi can feel this sold-out All-State Arena crowd on his side. And you go look at that clover leaf again, but Shen Ryu able to escape here. Ryu needs to hit a big move quick. And now, wait a minute, this could be it. This could be it here. He usually goes for the bitter end, but switches it to a Michinoku driver. And Shen Ryu, not wasting any time, going for the cover. 2. And oh my God, I thought that was it. Takahashi barely getting the shoulder up. Takahashi's cousin, Kaito Takahashi, winning back the Junior Heavyweight Championship from Johnny Monday in an incredible matchup that took place in Okinawa, Japan just recently here. And now, wait a minute. Got him up here for a superplex. And Takahashi now, look at this, escaping. And now, oh, face first goes Shen Ryu. This bout here is for the Heavyweight Championship. As now he's got Shen Ryu on the top rope here. And now Akihiro going to the top here. This man's only been wrestling for like a year, ladies and gentlemen. And now look at that! A beautiful top rope Hurricanrana. And Shen Ryu had to roll out the way because that would have been the 3 count. And Akihiro Takahashi is making sure that the people will not forget his name. And now wait a minute. He's going to go for the bitter end. And no, switching it to the Michinoku driver on the floor this time. Yo, this is what I love right here. This is what I love. These are the type of matches that you go back and you can watch it anytime and just see these two men beat the piss out of each other, folks. This is wrestling as God intended it. And now, went for the clothesline and no, German suplex there by Takahashi. And now Takahashi trying to get Shen Ryu, but Ryu with a knee to the face there of Akira Takahashi, and a knee there by Takahashi, and a kick to the midsection here, and Takahashi going to the Mahistra cradle, and I meant a knee to the face, not the midsection, 2, and a new champion, and no. I know, wait a minute, Shen Ryu has battled the very best in the world, not just Japan, the world, and who would have thought a rookie like Takahashi would be bringing the fight to him like this here tonight. And now, here's he strikes, and back and forth these two men are going here. And this is the bread and butter of Japanese wrestling that we are witnessing right here tonight on CWG. And oh no, Shen Ryu coming out on top here. And a big elbow there by Shen Ryu. And Ryu now with a jackknife cover here to pin Akihiro Takahashi. 2. No, Takahashi just gets the shoulder up. And now Ryu missed with that double forearm smash. And now there is the crucifix pin here by Akihiro Takahashi with the cover. Oh my God, we've got a new champion. And Shen Ryu can't believe it. And the kid has pulled it off here at CWG Genesis. Can you believe it, ladies and gentlemen? That boy got that solo leveling going on in the background. Again, what a performance. To go from most people not knowing who you are to winning the FJCW Heavyweight Championship, another story has grown here tonight. Can you believe it? Just recently graduated from the dojo, Akihiro Takahashi with a couple wins in Japan, leading him here tonight to Chicago, where he becomes the heavyweight champion of FJCW. I don't believe what we just saw here, and the rumor mill is going to be strong as well for Shen Ryu. Shen Ryu is definitely going to be thinking about going somewhere else after that one. Oh my Lord. And Shen Ryu says, you defeated me tonight. For that I give my respect, but for the future, you must hold this title with pride. The FJCW heavyweight title means everything. Do not let it get lost in the CWG. A new era has come for Japanese wrestling. Make sure it's better than the last. Continue to show the fighting spirit you had here. Do you hear me? Well, I tell you what, Takahashi certainly had some fighting spirit here tonight. And he says, yes, Sensei Ryu, they will not forget FJCW. Well, I gotta believe that Akihiro Takahashi is gonna be fighting for the honor of Japanese wrestling. And again, he's the new face of it. The Fight Japan CAW Wrestling Heavyweight Champion. What a moment. And again for Shen Ryu, what a matchup for Ryu. But is this the last time we're seeing Shen Ryu in FJCW or CWG? Is he going to be heading to the MPWF or maybe somewhere else, folks? We still don't know, but right now, we're going to take a look at the 2026 MPWF Royal Rumble. Ladies and gentlemen, if you haven't checked it out, head to our MPWF Wrestling channel. Take a look at this.
Yeah. Yeah, let's get it started. Yeah. My soul ain't for sale. My soul ain't for sale. My soul ain't for. I see demons everywhere. Demons from the pain. Demons in my cup. Demons in my brain. Demons in the food. Demons with the fame. Demons in the sun. Demons in the rain. She on demon time. She don't need the vibe. No, I got a girl. She don't even mind. I don't got a condom. I don't need to find. Demon in my mind. Telling me it's fine. Since a little kid, my dream got weird. I was fighting these demons off by myself. Daddy not here. I'm taking them fears. I'm wiping them tears off by myself. Mama cares. She cheered me up, but I still feel like I'm all by myself. Punching the air, but I know they there. I'm fucking these niggas up by myself. Before I was dying, I grip my soul to keep it away from the demon. Going through drama created the trauma. That shit will make you a demon. Psychological warfare, digital bots. Algorithm on the Instagram, I see you nothing but thoughts. Demons that scared of the block. I gotta carry the Glock. My uncle was a fiend. He was married to the rock. I cholesterol. Was the demon that took my pops. Stop and frisk you, bitch. I see that demon that punk ass cops, bitch. My soul ain't for sale. My soul ain't for sale. My soul ain't for sale. My soul ain't for.
Got a night light, so the monsters don't chase. Demons on the corner, got the hood going crazy.
So many demons since I was a fetus. I smack 'em at will like I knew Jada Pinkett. So fuck all that talking and fuck all that tweeting. The only red table is blood in this meeting. I'ma start swinging, curry killer cutting up like I'm swinging. Cause I'm knowing they could never defeat me. Tempur-Pedic try to reach, I'ma sleep 'em. Demons on my mind, ain't nowhere to hide. Bound to get buried and filled up with formaldehyde. Really it's all by design. My angel number been saying I'm on demon time. So Fergie, I'm ready to go. I am not one of these niggas that worship the Baphomet. Bitch, I am curry to go. What the fuck I look like taking the oath? I'm so truly humble under God. Ultra ground, suicide. Niggas used to be clan and mob. I can't stand a broke bad bitch who ain't got a job. And I can't stand a fuck nigga hating on the squad.
Demons on the corner, got the hood going crazy.
Well, welcome back, folks, and unfortunately, we are with Baron Blade and Ricochet. And Baron Blade says, you know, I've always thought Shen Ryu in Japanese wrestling was a bit silly. Wrong priorities. Who cares about pride and honor when you can have money? Money makes the world go around, and that, my friends, is why we're going to take down Craig David and the Flyboy. I want BCW positioned as the #1 in CWG. I want us to flourish. Boy, the things I have planned. Baron Blade stocks are going up. Baron Blade only cares about money, folks. He don't care about nothing else. He will throw you onto the bus in order to get paid. And Ricochet says that when Baron Blade stock goes up, so does King Ricochet's. Craig David is a fake legend with a fake promotion. If I was CW Wrestling before, I would have been a Hall of Famer already. And as for Aaron, I stole Ricochet's gimmick, Fletcher. I'm the best high flyer in the world. Change your gimmick, Mark. BCW will lead CWG. If you don't like it, then you jabronis can cry about it. Well, they have an opportunity to back up these very disparaging words. Coming up next is going to be BCW versus the World Wrestling Future. And there's Aaron Flyboy Fletcher and superstar Craig David. Craig David, the owner of World Wrestling Future, he says, Baron, you're everything that is wrong with this business and wrestling. The WWF is happy to be a part of the CWG because of the opportunities it presents the men and women of this industry. You and Ricochet only care about money and your own bottom line. If we all eat, we all do better. That's what I'm fighting for. Ricochet, I am a Hall of Famer, and buddy, you couldn't lace my damn boots, and you are about to find that out. In superstar Craig David, an absolute legend, part of the CAW Wrestling Hall of Fame, Craig David is a top-notch talent, and here is a young prospect, Aaron Flyboy Fletcher, that says, Ricochet, we are truly going to find out who the better high flyer is tonight, and that is me. It's time for a new generation. I gave up an opportunity to be in the MPWF because I believe strongly in the World Wrestling Future and CWG, and I'll be damned if you ruin this place, Baron. It's going down tonight. The superstar and the Flyboy are coming out on top tonight. Well, folks, tag team action coming up next. We'll go more over this backstory as this matchup continues. So we've discussed how there are multiple promotions involved with the CWG and how it's like the old school NWA. Everyone has their own territory, and then the CWG is the NWA, bring them all together. And that's what we're experiencing here, the genesis of that. Well, these two men want to position themselves on top, and look at who's starting from the top. Mr. King Ricochet himself. One of the most arrogant, most cocky wrestlers we've ever seen, folks. And thank goodness there'll be no live tweeting tonight. He's going to have to pay attention because he's against two of the top talents. But look at the ego of this man. Okay? And again, Twitter fingers turn into trigger fingers. And Ricochet could get triggered here tonight against these two men. But he is proudly the BCW Heavyweight Champion. On the back of his trunks, he calls himself the Needle Mover. The top man of the industry, the King High Flyer, the King Ricochet. And again, he is doing very well in AEW. Already champion in that promotion, multi-time champion in the WWE. And now here in the CWG, as the BCW Heavyweight Champion, and Ricochet said that if he was in the tournament, he would be in the finals as well. But tonight is about taking care of business. Tonight is about dealing with the Flyboy and the Superstar. Ricochet and Baron Blade are the best of friends, the best of chums right now. Baron Blade has the money to pay Ricochet. The question is going to be is when Baron Blade eventually spends his money down gambling at the casino and has no more money to pay Ricochet, is Ricochet still going to be on his side? That's a question I have that will have to be answered in the future. But Ricochet with a very, very grand entrance, and an entrance that's taken a damn long time to get to the ring. And again, folks, as cocky and arrogant as Ricochet is, let's not forget this man's pedigree. This man dominated in Dragon Gate. This man dominated the independent wrestling scene. And then when it was amazing in NXT, and even if he himself and other people don't rate it, he had a great career in the WWE, ladies and gentlemen. This is a top-level man that we're talking about in the wrestling industry. Again, Super Junior tournament winner. How many foreigners have won that championship tournament, folks? Ricochet has accomplished a lot in the sport of professional wrestling. Can he add winner at the Genesis of CWG to that list? He is still doing his entrance. This man is on Roman Reigns timing with the level of time he's taking for this entrance. But here comes his tag team partner, the owner of BCW. And BCW stocks have gone up. Baron Blade making his way to the ring. BCW was a rinky-dink indie promotion, and Matt Mongo decided to fund it because of the notoriety of the My Rise wrestlers. And just found out that Baron Blade apparently going to be in My Rise of 2K26, which means this man is going to be even more insufferable. He's going to get a payday from 2K. He's getting a payday from Matt Mongo from the CWG. He's getting a payday as a wrestler, because when's the last time Baron Blade wrestled? So this man is going to be swimming in it. Like I said, we just have to see if he goes and blows it on strippers, casinos, whatever else Baron Blade spends his money on. But he doesn't like Craig David, because Craig David is about the right things in wrestling. Baron Blade, he said it straight up. He only cares about his money. All he cares about is making money. Craig David cares about the future of core wrestling, the future of this industry. Because unlike Baron Blade, Craig David had to struggle, man. Baron Blade, which game was that where Baron Blade was on top and you feuded with him? 2K16, 17 maybe? I can't remember, ladies and gentlemen. But Craig David had to scrounge and make it to the top of the MPWF. And that's why he sees so much in this man right here. Aaron Flyboy Fletcher, a man that had a contract on the table for the MPWF when the WWF left, and he said to Craig David, I believe in you, I believe in the World Wrestling future, and I believe in CWG. And that's why he was the current reigning FGen champion, and Craig David changed the FGen title to the United States Championship. Aaron Flyboy Fletcher, the first US champion of the World Wrestling future. And he is wrestling with a man that has nothing but faith in him. And I'm telling you right now, this is a future WWF champion, and honestly, a future CWG heavyweight champion is Aaron Flyboy Fletcher. This man is in his mid-20s, just about, folks. Incredible talent. And here comes the legend himself. And no longer part of the MPWF, no longer coming out to the Anne Boleyn, coming out to that Nirvana, Craig David's theme song that he used in the independent territories before he got to the MPWF. Craig David, a legend of the game, has won every championship in every promotion he's ever been a part of. And I'm going to tell you this right now, folks. He is the owner of the World Wrestling future, but look, he's competing tonight. What if Craig David challenged for the CWG Heavyweight Championship? I know I would love to see it, folks. But he's getting a massive ovation. Again, what a night so far for Genesis. The first two matches were incredible. Dylan Frost, the new King of the Indies champion. Akihiro Takahashi. That is a name that is never going to be forgotten, folks. And people are going to be chatting about it. In the comment section below, make sure to tell me and tell the world what your favorite matchup was here at Genesis and who your favorite wrestler was and who you think is a future toss prospect in this company, folks. But Ricochet and Flyboy Fletcher to start things off here. And Ricochet went for a kick. Fletcher there, able to reverse and gets the kick of his own here. Flyboy Fletcher with the youth and size over Ricochet. But Ricochet has a vast experience level gap over Flyboy Fletcher. And these two men testing each other out here. Unreal athleticism between both men. And Ricochet now sends Flyboy Fletcher to the ropes. Ricochet with a drop down. Ricochet with a leapfrog over Flyboy Fletcher. Fletcher there with the elbow to the top of Ricochet's head. And now Fletcher sends Ricochet into the ropes and have both men colliding with each other. And now, kick to the face there. Ricochet said he wants to find out who's the best high flyer. Is it him or Flyboy Fletcher? And he went for a drop kick. And Fletcher momentarily answered that question for him. And now Fletcher, beautiful back suplex there on the back of Ricochet's head and neck. We mentioned before how insufferable Ricochet has been, but it cannot take away from his ability in the ring. And now he is superstar Craig David. He's in incredible shape. Again, choosing to be leaner at his age, being able to move well. Again, Craig David, a vegan. No meat products, ladies and gentlemen. You can see it in his body here. And now Craig David go for a clothesline, sends Ricochet all the way to the floor. And now the superstar measuring Ricochet as Craig David dives on Ricochet. And again, King Ricochet saying he is the present best high flyer in the world. Craig David was the best high flyer in the past here in wrestling. Barron Blade telling this crowd here to shut up, and there's a back suplex there on the barricade. And Ricochet may need to make a tag to Barron Blade, and if not, Craig David's going to take a shot on him anyways. Again, this really built up when Barron Blade sent wrestlers from BCW to infiltrate the World Wrestling future before CWG was a thing, ladies and gentlemen. Barron Blade sent over Cole Quinn and others to take out the World Wrestling future stars. And now look at this move there at all. That's a bad landing for Craig David. And it is bled into the CWG. Craig David now doesn't know where he is. And now look at this. Barron Blade grabbing Craig David. Crowd not happy about that. Throwing him to King Ricochet. Ricochet leaving a knee there in the spine and a kick to the lower back there of superstar Craig David. Barron Blade there with a Polish hammer. Again, Barron Blade has had many jobs. Agent, indie wrestling promotion owner, wrestler, again, shyster. You can take it the way you see it, have it the way you want it. But Craig David now with these strikes here on Mr. Barron Blade. Now he's got him up in that superplex. And suplex I should say. Craig David would love to superplex Barron Blade off the top turnbuckle here tonight and drive him spine first to the ground. It's Barron Blade running away here. I thought he was going to make the tag to Ricochet, and no. It was a false ploy there by Barron Blade, and Craig David needs to make the tag to Flyboy Fletcher, but Ricochet preventing that from taking place. And now Ricochet there with a knee to the face. King Ricochet feeling very confident right now after that mistake that Craig David made on the outside of the ring, as Ricochet there with a boot to Craig David's face. And that one might be it here to end this tag team matchup. And a kick out there by Craig David. Get Ricochet taking out Cole Quinn. Barron Blade turning on his longtime man, his most loyal wrestler for Ricochet. So that's why I said for Ricochet, what happens when the loyalty and the money runs out for Barron Blade? As Blade now has Craig David here. Oh, that was vicious there. by Barron Blade, the owner of BCW. Now with the cover here on Superstar Craig David, and Craig David gets the shoulder up. And a cheap shot again there. Barron Blade and Ricochet making sure to frustrate the kid so that he can argue with the referee and allow them to create a distraction. And now Craig David going after Barron Blade here. Oh, wait. Barron Blade fights back with the elbow and now a knee to the face. And now makes the tag and Ricochet back here, but Aaron Flyboy Fletcher in as well. And now Fletcher lining up here on Ricochet. And now Ricochet sent it to the ropes. And now wait a minute. Our Flyboy Fletcher catching in there in a German suplex. And now takes Barron Blade off the apron. Ricochet now trying to catch his surroundings. Catch his breath boy back. And now Aaron flies right there on Ricochet. That's why they call him here. Flyboy Fly on Ricochet, folks. I call him Ricochet. I'm excited. It's been a great night. And the action is intense here at Genesis. And now wait a minute, no, he tried to get a shot there at Barron Blade, and Barron Blade saw it coming. Aaron Flyboy Fletcher tried to get a little cute there with Barron Blade, and made a mistake, but he reverses Ricochet. And now wait a minute, he's got him up here, now look at this, and now boom, what a move there by Aaron Flyboy Fletcher, onto Ricochet, Ricochet gets the shoulder up. Great tag team matchup we're witnessing here at CWG Genesis. Aaron Flyboy Fletcher now with Ricochet. Sends him into the bucket. And now he's going to go for a big top rope move. But Ricochet fights back here. And now Ricochet has Aaron Flyboy Fletcher up here. And now he says that move was gimmick infringement. Let me hit you with it, but no. Aaron Fletcher kicking out at one. And Ricochet in shot. Incredible match as Fletcher now sent into the bucket. And Ricochet makes a tag back to Barron Blade. And now Barron Blade here with a neck slap and a kick there by Ricochet. You know, again, as much as I dislike Barron Blade for personal reasons, Barron Blade has been impressive in this matchup, and honestly, he's in quite good shape as well. You knew there was like Kingpin-esque muscle underneath that suit there of Barron Blade. And he thought he got it with that DDT there on Aaron Flyboy Fletcher. And now he sends Fletcher into the buckle. And now, Fletcher fires back with two boots to the face. And now the Flyboy here. Beautiful takedown there to Barron Blade. And now, Aaron Flyboy Fletcher sends him into his corner. And now tags back in Craig David. And now, wait a minute here, what's this? And now Hooker runner to the powerbomb on Barron Blade. And that right there is going to be it, folks. And knocking Ricochet off the apron. Barron Blade slowly to his feet. Craig David now firing back with these strikes here on Barron. And now sends him into the bucket. Craig David now could be going for that superplex I was trying to talk about earlier. He could be hitting it right now here. It's not a spoiler. It's just punishment by Craig David. And there it was, the superplex on Barron Blade. And now Craig David gonna go to the top rope for his padded elbow, and he hits it. And he made sure to drop it right in the throat of Barron Blade as he hooks the leg. And Ricochet just breaks it up. Crowd not happy with that one at all, folks. They wanted Barron Blade to be finished, but it ain't over yet. And now Craig David, big right hand, another one. Look at these jabs here by superstar Craig David. And now Barron Blade reverses, and Barron Blade now has him up here, and now a reverse GTS by Barron Blade, and has he beaten superstar Craig David? Aaron Fletcher breaks it up. What Barron Blade doesn't want to get caught by is the superstardom kick, but you can hear by the sold out capacity crowd in Your State Arena that they are enjoying this action here. And Craig David, there it is. Craig David though might be slightly knocked out from that reverse GTS with the cover. Barron Blade barely got the shoulder up, and I don't know if he did. Maybe a controversial call there by the referee. If Craig David didn't have that split second of hesitation, this would have been it, but Barron Blade moved out the way, and oh, what a roaring forearm there. This is an incredible matchup. Barron, Blade, and Craig David. You know, I was worried about it, but these two could go one-on-one. This wouldn't be bad. And a backdrop there by Barron Blade. And Blade now picking Craig David up. And went for the roaring elbow again. Craig David reverses on a net breaking there by Craig David. Again, Barron Blade wants the victory. His two men, the Perfection Faculty, got it on the pre-show. But wait a minute. Aaron Fletcher going to the top rope here. And he's going to Flyboy fly here. As Aaron Fletcher now off the top rope. Oh my God, it was pretty until he lands. And then it hurts. And the kid gets the victory here tonight. Genesis, folks. That is all I'm going to say. Genesis. It is the start of something new. And Aaron Flyboy Fletcher gets the victory for his team here tonight. What a matchup. Oh yeah, see, I wanted to see the replay there because I didn't know Barron Blade kicked out, but it doesn't matter. The Flyboy and the Superstar pick up the tag team victory here to a massive ovation from the crowd. This is exactly how you keep this crowd up here, ladies and gentlemen. What a matchup, and what a win for the WWF US Champion and the owner, Superstar Craig David. Craig David put a lot of chips into his basket, paying for the World Wrestling future from under the NWF, and it is certainly paying off. But ladies and gentlemen, coming up next is champion versus champion. World Wrestling future title on the line, FJCW title on the line. The Dragon Kid Hina Suzuki versus Akanye Chio, folks. What a matchup this is going to be. This is a rematch from the Queen of the Starlight tournament. They've been battling, they've been going at it for quite some time. It's going to be huge. And now here we go. Our two men in the main event. Chad Warrior getting prepared. We're going to see Kong as well. But what about the surprise opponent? Matt Mongo says that he has signed a free agent and they're going to be competing. It's a triple threat match later tonight. Who is going to walk away here as the CWG World Heavyweight Champion? But before we get to this women's title matchup, we are going to see a promotional video for the new wrestler, the Huntress Rema. With 5 promotions being involved, with the CWG, there's going to be lots of new stars appearing here. And the Huntress Rema, we've been waiting for her debut. Hopefully it will come soon. But now let's focus on a champion versus champion matchup. As introducing first is the assassin, Akane Chio. Akane Chio booed in Japan for her viciousness, but again, the fans here in the United States are just excited to see her in action. We saw her show up at the Resurrection and attack Hina Suzuki, the World Wrestling Future Clip Review. Akane Chio has wanted this fight for quite some time, and I am happy that the president of FJCW and Craig David could come to terms by having these two women fight, and not just fight, but put both their championships up for grabs. Both of these women longtime champions. Again, we're going to crown a new champion in some capacity here tonight at Genesis. Once again, folks, this is the start of something new, and it's going to be a revolution of the women's division here at this event. And here's a woman I have called arguably the best women's wrestler in the world. She won the Queen of the Starlight tournament in Japan. She has held the World Wrestling Future women's title now for 2 years, and no one has been able to stop her. And she has the potential tonight to become the FJCW Women's World Champion. If that is the case, why even have a tournament? You might as well just have Hina Suzuki, the Dragon Kid, the CWG Women's Championship. And there will be a CWG Women's Championship, folks. You can bet your money on that. But what an ovation for Hina Suzuki. Again, she took some time away from the United States, went back to her roots, refound herself. It's amazing to see where she is here, and her former tag team partner, Sakura Furukawa. What a rough night Sakura Furukawa had in the Royal Rumble. But Hina Suzuki has been proving across the globe that she's one of the very best. And now, instead of us talking about it, we get to see it here at Genesis. Again, 2 championships on the line, a very rare occurrence in wrestling when you have 2 champions fight each other with both titles on the line. These women's both last matches on YouTube. Akane Chio defeated top wrestler in Super Slam Showdown Fanny in an incredible matchup in Japan. Hina Suzuki defeated Kim Steele in an incredible matchup at the Resurrection. Both these women have not been pinned or submitted on YouTube since we have been on this channel. And that's going to change here tonight. We know that Hina Suzuki won the Queen of the Starlight tournament, beating Akane Chio in the final with a cradle off the top rope. Akane Chio was unable to escape, and Suzuki became the winner. Chio has never forgotten and wants to change that result. Again, I mentioned before in previous shows, Akane Chio is a real assassin, ladies and gentlemen. She was a real hit woman before getting into wrestling, which means she has killed people, folks. Straight up murked people. Hina Suzuki, unbelievable in between the ropes. These are 2 of the very best women on the planet, and they're from the same country, Japan, creating some incredible talent here in CAW Wrestling. You know, it might be controversial, but the rest of the world needs to catch up with these 2 women at their talent level. And I'll kick to the knee there. Sorry, before that, you saw Akane Chio tap in Suzuki on the jaw here, trying to play mind games. And you're not going to play any mind games with the Dragon Kid. Hina Suzuki in incredible shape. Had a big clothesline there by Chio, but unfortunately, she gives up a lot of size to the FJCW Women's Champion. Akane Chio picks her right there and backbreaker there, catching her on the hip and the side, and Akane Chio trying to go for that strike to the back. Suzuki saw it coming, and now Suzuki sending her off the ropes, went for the drop kick to the knee. Chio saw it coming and a big clothesline. Earlier tonight, we crowned a new FJCW Heavyweight Champion, Akihiro Takahashi, and now look at this slam there by Akane Chio. Chio would love to go back to FJCW with gold as well, with that World Wrestling Future Women's Championship. She picks Suzuki back up here. And now Suzuki's going to have to weather the storm, because Akane Chio is going to be coming fast and hard in this matchup. She's going to be bringing the pain early. One thing which we discovered in this Queen of the Starlight tournament is that Akane Chio doesn't have to extend a bunch of energy in her matches. So facing Suzuki in a 20-minute classic at the Queen of the Starlight tournament pushed her cardio to almost his edge, and that's why I believe she got caught as there's a drop kick there by Suzuki. And as beautiful as that drop kick is, she has to watch out with the way her back of her head lands on the ground, but she's going to want to bring heavy offense to Akane Chio to slow the big woman down. As now Suzuki going up the top rope again for the second drop kick, and you see what I was talking about. Suzuki grabbing her head. It's not an easy move to pull off, but again, she's going to try everything she can here against Chio. And now look at these strikes here by Suzuki. Chio catching her here. And a big left elbow by Akane Chio. And now the back suplex and releases it. Chio picking Hina Suzuki up. And a kick to the midsection here. And Akane Chio has her in that Tiger Powerbomb and a variant into a side slam there. And you see Akane Chio slowing that pace down. I mentioned it in the Queen of the Starlight tournament. Suzuki out-cardioed Akane Chio. And I don't think, no matter how hard Akane Chio tries cardio-wise, and you can see she's leaner than before, so she has worked on it. Hina Suzuki, one of the fastest women wrestlers in CAW Wrestling. Her cardio is, infinite, if you will. She ain't running out of it. And a big shot there by Akane Chio, and now driving these shoulders right into the midsection. And now look at this here. And the crowd here happy to see Akane Chio, but they ain't happy about that. Choking out Suzuki. And now there's that reverse chin lock. Knee in the lower back. And now Suzuki able to sit out and escape it. And Suzuki firing back with strikes again here. And now Suzuki go for a crossface. On a crossface of Akane Chio, but not able to keep it. And a kick again to the midsection by Chio. And now look at what a spine buster there by the FJCW Women's Champion. As she now goes for the cover here. Looking for the end. And no, Suzuki kicking out at one. And Akane Chio looking like, what the hell? She wasn't expecting that at all. And now Chio going to the top rope, a place that she doesn't go too often. And oh, she's going to wait for Suzuki to get to her feet. Probably smart there by Chio, and there's a double axe handle, and it paid off. She scores with that one. But now wait a minute, she goes to the top rope again here. Give you a little bit more difficult. Oh no, she's just taunting the crowd. Akane Chio just pissing off the audience here. And now look at this. High angle Boston Crab here. Young lion move being used on Hina Suzuki. And Suzuki crawling with everything she's got to get to the ropes here. And Akane Chio keeping that pressure in the lower back. Causing a lot of pain here to Hina Suzuki. And again, that prevents Suzuki from using that speed and high-flying offense. And with Chio having to let go because of the rope break. Not happy about that. There's no way Chio's happy about that. As now she's got that deadlift. And now, oh, I thought she was going for the German suplex. As switches it into the back suplex. And that forces Suzuki to escape to the outside of the ring. And that's what I said. Suzuki, you have to expect this. With a woman as dominant as Akane Chio, the only thing you can do is weather the storm. This is bound to happen. And now Akane Chio here, looking for the end here. For a spear, perhaps, as she does. Akane Chio just ran through Hina Suzuki with that spear. And hooking the leg here for the cover. Two, and Suzuki barely getting the shoulder up. And now Akane Chio with a standing moonsault. But she is telling the crowd, is this your champion? Is this the Dragon Kid? Because she's getting beat up. You see that fan there holding up the Dragon Kid sign. Multiple Dragon Kid signs in the crowd. And now Suzuki fired back with these strikes here to Akane Chio. And there's the Meteor. And now Hina Suzuki catching her breath back here. She's about to inhale. And then now use the offense. Now use the speed here. And now double axe handle off the top rope right to the lower back of Akane Chio. And Suzuki up the top rope again here. And now big drop kick in this time. Again it backfired. Suzuki tried a big drop kick. Chio was able to brush it aside, but no. Chio misses, goes face first into the buckle. Snapmare takeover there by the World Wrestling Future Women's Champion. And a drop kick. And now wait a minute. Akane Chio trying to catch a breather here. And now wait a minute. And there's a big dive to the outside there by Hina Suzuki. And now she's back in it. Major elevation there by the WWF Women's Champion. And now Suzuki back inside the ring here. And now, wait a minute. Akane Chio tried that offense and gets caught in a spine buster there by Hina Suzuki. As she goes for the cover here. 2. And a kick out there by Akane Chio. Again, this is a chess matchup here. Both women know what the other brings to the table. They are testing the other one out here. And now, right there by the end of the test. A double foot stomp by Hina Suzuki to Akane Chio. No wasted motion being used by either woman in this matchup as Chio set up the ropes and ducking through, and Chio accidentally taking out the referee, and a hurricane rana there by Hina Suzuki. And Suzuki now waiting for Chio to get to her feet. And Akane Chio moves out the way, and now Suzuki catches her in the jawbreaker. Big right hand by Hina Suzuki, and another one. And now right back to the crossface again here, and Hina Suzuki looking for the tap out on Akane Chio. And you see she's trying to get those hands into the jaw, and she's got it, and Akane Chio had to escape. As soon as she got them right underneath there in the esophagus, that was a bad part there for Akane Chio. And Chio trying to fight back, and wait a minute! Look at, what a powerbomb! What a powerbomb there by Hina Suzuki for the victory, and oh my god, I thought that was it. It don't get closer than that. It does not get closer than that, folks. And Akane Chio with a boot to the face there, Hina Suzuki. And now, standing Spanish fly by Hina Suzuki. And Suzuki could be looking for the top rope elbow drop. And now, goes for the splash instead. Goes for the safe bet to win the championship. 2. Oh my god, Akane Chio just getting the shoulder up. What a match, folks. What a match. And Hina Suzuki is building. She is showing you why I call her arguably the best women's wrestler in the world. Looking strikes here by Akane Chio, sending Suzuki into the ropes. And now wait a minute, Akane Chio now going to throw Suzuki to the floor. Right onto the BCW logo. I think Akane Chio realizing, I got to get vicious again. Me trying to go hold for hold with Hina Suzuki ain't working. And now, Chio wants to end it, could be looking for that deadlift German suplex finishing maneuver of hers. As she sends Suzuki into the buckle. And this is bad news bears for Hina Suzuki. Akane Chio now going to go for a top rope hurricane rana, and Suzuki hangs on. And Chio landed badly on her knee. Suzuki up the second, and another double axe handle to the back. And now look at that, Akane Chio checking out that knee, folks. Missing that hurricane rana was bad for her. And wait a minute, Chio though, big left elbow. And a shot there. And wait a minute. Oh no, Suzuki still able to fight out. And a big right hand. And now, kick to that bad leg. Kick to the bad leg of Akane Chio. And there's the Mahi Star Cradle. And now trying to get the win here. 1, 2. No, kick out. Suzuki back to her feet. And now kick to the midsection again. And big block there by Akane Chio. And now Chio has her up here on her shoulders. And now, what a gut buster. And wait, she's not done yet. Off the ropes and a big boot to the face there. And Akane Chio looking to finish this one. Can she finally get the victory over Hina Suzuki? And here it is, the deadlift German suplex. And Akane Chio to win the World Wrestling Future Women's Championship as Suzuki gets the shoulder. And now look at the frustration on the assassin. Akane Chio is pissed. She thought she had it, but no. Hina Suzuki survives to fight another day. And now, big slam there. Throwing Suzuki back in the ring. And Akane Chio missing the clothesline. Suzuki ducks under it. And Suzuki now with the backslide. With the backslide here on Akane Chio. 2. Oh, Chio kicks out again. And Chio saying, no way you're beating me with a roll up this time. And right back to double foot stomp. And now Suzuki all the way to the top rope. And here it comes. The sky high elbow. And no. Akane Chio had it scouted. And now back suplex slam there. Akane Chio to end it, to finish it. Oh, she's got Hina Suzuki back on that top rope, but Suzuki fights back out. And Hina now sends her into the corner. And now this time Hina Suzuki has Akane Chio on the top. And now arm drag off the second rope. And now Suzuki back over the top rope. And she's taking her time to get to the top. She's in a lot of pain here. And now wait a minute. She's going for the moonsault and she hits it. Big moonsault by Hina Suzuki. Wait a minute. Oh God, wait a second. Who the hell is this? And the referee sounding the bell, and I don't believe this is how this matchup is ending at Genesis. And this woman has taken out both people here. Oh my goodness. What the hell is going on here at Genesis? As she sends Akane Chio to the outside, and look at the logo on her back, folks. I think the question has been answered. The Huntress Rema has arrived here in CWG, and oh my God. She just destroyed Hina Suzuki. I don't believe what we've just witnessed here, folks. What a matchup for both women's championships. But Rema sending the biggest message. The Huntress has arrived. My God, folks, what an unfortunate way to end that matchup. But right now we are backstage with the challenger for the World Wrestling Future title, Mr. Jim Jocko himself. And he says tonight is the night that the Jock Man and Dion Jackson finally come head to head, and it's for the WWF gold. Now some of you may be wondering, Jocko, why are you competing for the World Wrestling Future gold? Why don't you and the Giant head back to the MPWF? Because we don't want to become novelty acts. Because future doesn't just mean age, it means the direction this business is going, and that's the franchise's direction. Jim Jocko and the Black Giant, a part of the franchise. Jim Jocko about to step inside a 15-foot high steel cage. He says tonight we battle inside a 15-foot high steel cage that allows me to fight you one-on-one, and if any of your little goons tries to get involved, the biggest man in all of CAW Wrestling, the Black Giant, will deal with them. We have been franchise players for a long time. First I take the WF title, and then the franchise takes over the CWG. And I think the CWG tag team titles, when they eventually get here, will look great on us. And I gotta agree with that. Jim Jocko and the Black Giant as the tag team champions would be incredible. Folks, our steel cage match is coming up next, but before we get there, I just want to say what an incredible matchup, what a horrible ending. Hina Suzuki and Akane Chio were absolutely killing it, and the Huntress Rema making the biggest impact and the biggest debut right here at Genesis. And here is the Jock Man himself, Mr. Jim Jocko, one half of the franchise. And in all his glory here tonight, what a moment it could be at CWG Genesis to become the World Wrestling Future Champion. Now you heard what he said in the interview before this. Jim Jocko isn't the future in the sense of age at this point. Jim Jocko was part of the original MPWF. But age isn't the only thing that future means. It means the new direction of the sport of wrestling, and that's what Jim Jocko was saying the franchise can take them in. Him and the Black Giant, friends working together, have been embroiled in this rivalry with the Black Mafia family more notably Jim Jocko and the Money, Dion Jackson. They've been going at it at all of our World Wrestling Future events, during our CAW Wrestling Global events, and finally it comes to a head here, inside a 15-foot high steel cage. And here is the World Wrestling Future Champion, the leader of the BMF, the Money, Dion Jackson. Dion Jackson has only been pinned once on YouTube. It was against Chad Warrior in the King of the Indies Championship Finals tournament, all the way back in 2022, 2023, around about that time. He has not been beaten by anybody since then besides Chad Warrior, thanks to Jim Jocko, and it was a count-out victory, folks. Chad Warrior advanced to the semi-finals of the CWG tournament by count-out thanks to Jim Jocko. Dion Jackson brought Jim Jocko in to help him out at Christmas Carnage, and then the communication broke down between them. The Black Mafia family, comprising of Dion Jackson, Logan Moore, and Pete Jones, one of the most dominant groups we've ever seen in the World Wrestling Future, headed by Terrence Knight. Terrence Knight not here tonight, still suffering the effects from the assault by Rhino Rick Jones, who is now a part of the main roster in the NWF. Terrence Knight hasn't been seen in a long time, but Dion Jackson has been doing well to lead the Black Mafia family, and like I said, finally these two men facing each other here tonight. You know, we haven't really talked about it much, but being thrown into this universe, again, if you're still here, folks, thank you for continuing to watch this event. I know I'm enjoying myself. I hope you're enjoying yourselves as well. But that's one of the unique things about the CWG. Stuff still goes on in the background, ladies and gentlemen, and we get to see what is going on here in this CAW Wrestling universe. And it could be a big crowning moment for Jim Jocko. But let's talk about Dion Jackson, the Money, former running back for the New Orleans Saints. Again, fired from MPWF developmental originally because of his cocky attitude, brought back to the World Wrestling Future, has opted with the Black Mafia family to stay away from the MPWF, to stay in the World Wrestling Future in the CWG. And again, gets thrown face first into the cage by Jim Jocko. And Jim Jocko is not playing any games at all. And the Money has been split open by the first cage attack. And now let's quickly get over the rules here, so we're not surprised by anything that happens. You can win this matchup by either escaping the cage, whether that is via climbing over the top or going through the door, or by pinfall submission. And Jim Jocko is teaching this young pup a lesson here tonight. Again, Dion Jackson, very much like Akihiro Takahashi, just got wrestling right away, folks. Dion Jackson was not a wrestler beforehand. I mentioned again, he was a running back for the New Orleans Saints, got into wrestling after his career was done, and has been amazing ever since. And is a strong shout for the CWG Heavyweight Championship. And again, that is, I bring the comparison to the NWA all the time, because it's the best comparison. Wait a minute, I'll get to that in a second. Dion Jackson trying to leave already here, asking the referee to undo the door. Dion Jackson is done here. Seeing his own blood, he goes, no more. I don't need to be in here in this fight with Jim Jocko. But Jocko goes back there with a clothesline, and the referee closing the door back, and Jim Jocko said, "You ain't escaping me just yet." But the CWG Heavyweight title is the NWA World's title. You think about back when Harley Race, Dusty Rhodes, Ric Flair held that championship, what it meant to be the NWA World's Champion. That's what it means to be the CWG World's Champion. Again, these men fighting to become the champion of the territory of the World Wrestling Future. But our next matchup, our main event, is for the championship belt that encompasses all of these promotions, as brought a kick there by Dion Jackson and Jim Jocko. But as we're in the early goings of this matchup, we talk about Jim Jocko and his humble beginnings. Jim Jocko was a part of the very first show the MPWF had on YouTube here, all the way back in 2010, folks, when he was a part of the tag team with the hip-hop skate Roscoe Jenkins, some bad motherfuckers, ladies and gentlemen. And he has evolved since then. Multi-time tag team champion with MPWF Hall of Famer KK Kwam. Has been cruiserweight champion. Has been King of the Indies champion. And now look at these knees here by Dion Jackson. And driving them into the face of Jim Jocko. Jim Jocko was an interviewer at one point in the MPWF. Many thought his career was over, but he has been highly impressive since leaving. As now the money has Jim Jocko up on his shoulders. And now Jim Jocko in trouble. Oh, he gets thrown into the cage. And that right there is the power of the money Dion Jackson. And a kick here. As soon as Dion Jackson turned on the jets in this one, he has been dominating Jim Jocko, and now it is time to escape the cage. The great escape is here, folks. And I get Dion Jackson to look comfortable here in that cage. And this cage is supposed to be designed to keep the Black Mafia family out. And Jim Jocko said it in the interview, he expects them to be here as there's a powerbomb off the top rope. Jim Jocko is not gonna mess around with anybody here. It's a cage match, but he expects shenanigans. And he's got a big man on his side in the Black Giant, a former world champion in himself, as now the money has Jim Jocko up, and what a slam there by Dion Jackson. And a shooting star press, and there's that athleticism of the money. And now Dion Jackson again throwing Jim Jocko face first into the steel cage. And again, cage matches are notorious for their violence, and we are seeing that right here tonight. Now look at this here, twisting at the neck goes the money Dion Jackson. Would love to embarrass Jim Jocko, is what he said he would do before this event started, but Jim Jocko bringing that fight, I don't think he's going to embarrass him, but that right there is a beautiful double leg takedown. Even though the crowd here booing the money Dion Jackson, the Black Mafia family gets their fair share of cheers. Again, similar to the NWA, considered cool heels, if you will. As now look at this, going back to open that door again, and Dion Jackson just wants to get out here as quick as possible. Dion Jackson don't want to mess around here with Jim Jocko, and he needs to. Oh, wait a minute, no, tell the referee to keep the door open. He was going to escape, but he was checking to see if Jim Jocko was going to get up. And that is the paradox of going through the door. You need to make sure that your opponent is completely incapacitated before you decide to leave the cage that way. I mean, the same thing goes for climbing over the top. It's a very unique strategy in a cage match. As the money now here with a front face bulldog there to Jim Jocko. Well, this crowd in Chicago is letting you know that they're on the Jock Man side. They've been watching this man for years, and they support him, and there's an elbow drop off the top rope by the money. He's so adaptable. He looked completely out of sorts in the beginning of this cage match, and about 6, 7, 8 minutes in, and he is already adapted to his surroundings, is making stuff up, is annihilating Jim Jocko, and that right there is what's the danger of Dion Jackson as he gets cocky here, is that he can adapt to anything. And with Jim Jocko, they're able to kick Dion Jackson off it. And now the Jock Man with a kick to the midsection here. And now Jim Jocko, beautiful suplex there. A fisherman variety to the money. And now Jim Jocko's got it up there in a modified version of a Blue Thunder bomb. And he could be looking for the 5-knuckle shuffle. And then here comes the OG White Boy with the 5-knuckle shuffle to the money. Jim Jocko on fire right now. This would mean so much to him to become the World Wrestling future champion here tonight. And now Jim Jocko has got him in that arm, dragging off the second rope there. And look at this, Jim Jockstrap, the Jock Man himself, realizes that he is in control, and just like that, the momentum can change. And now Dion Jackson is trying to escape here. Dion Jackson has had enough of this cage match. He wants to keep it in the ring between the ropes and with the Black Mafia family at an arm's reach of him. And a shot there by the money. And now the elbow there by Jim Jocko. And now Jocko, smashing it face first on the cage. And that one may have knocked him out, and an elbow this time by Jim Jocko. And Jocko now unleashing on the money. You know, the money's a guy that's never gone through struggle, ladies and gentlemen. He has been a top-tier athlete his entire life. He's never not been successful. Dion Jackson has always won it all. The money, the women, the talent. Jim Jocko, on the other hand, humble beginnings, had a dream to be a wrestler. A little bit out there with his craziness. Again, you can see that in his hairstyle. Another elbow drop, but Dion Jackson moves out the way. Again, it's a tale of two upbringings between these two men. And now the money setting Jim Jocko into the buckle and has him there on the top rope, and a big right hand there by Dion Jackson. And now throws Jim Jocko out the top rope, and Jocko in a lot of pain after that one. And this crowd here is loving this cage match. You can hear Chicago, Illinois on their feet. Again, what a night it's been so far for Genesis. Just an unbelievable show, and I'm going to continue to say that because this is exactly what it is. Why am I going to lie, folks? The proof is in the pudding. You here with me right now. We are an hour and 40 minutes and change into this show. And you are here right now because of how good it's been. And now the money. Ready for Jim Jocko. Ready to try and finish this matchup off here. And he runs into him, and what a Superman punch there in the corner by Dion Jackson, and a drop kick right to the chest and face there. Again, there's that adaptability. The money back in action here. And now he's got Jim Jocko up for a power bomb. And now, that's bad. That is bad. A power bomb in the cage and to the mat. And Dion Jackson could be looking for his jumping Unprettier move. His jumping double foot stomp. Very vicious moves. The double foot stomp is called the money. As Dion Jackson here, now bang, what a shot there. There is that jumping Unprettier by Dion Jackson. That's his athleticism. That's his athleticism, folks. And now he's going to leave the cage. He struck gold there with what he believes was the knockout shot. And now the money is going to escape. This crowd here booing. They want this for the Jock man. They believe in Jim Jocko as Jocko gets to his feet. And Jim Jocko going after the money. And look at this shot here. Jim Jocko ain't going to give up like that, folks. And a big shot there. Now look at this. Going after the legs here of the money. And manages to pull him back into the ring. And went for the strike. Dion Jackson again adapting, folks. And now, Jim Jocko face first, and Jocko falls off. And Jocko falls off, and now the money to climb the cage, and no, he decides not to. The money there with a savant kick to Jim Jocko. Thinking to himself that Jim Jocko was not down enough, and he went for a clothesline and gets hung up in the ropes there. And now Jim Jocko setting the money. And now, my goodness, high impact on that hip toss. Jim Jocko now has the money up here. Now, what is this? And oh my gosh, dropped him right on his face. Vicious move by the Jock man. And now Jim Jocko could be looking for the Jock drop to end this one right here and now. You know, I find it interesting that none of these men have gone for a pinfall. Not a single one has been attempted in this cage match. And now Jocko fighting back here with that right hand. That hook catching the money on the jaw. And Jim Jocko now has him on the top rope here. What a right hand there by Jim Jocko. Oh, wait a minute. He's going for the Jock drop on the top of the top rope. And Jim Jocko with the Jock drop off the top. And Jim Jocko not going for the cover. Going to escape the cage here. Jim Jocko deciding that if he goes for the cover, the money's natural reflexes will make him escape. And wait a minute, there's Logan Moore. And he's saying, come on, Jim, drop down here. Come on, Jim, let me try and see you win. And Logan Moore, 1/3 of the Black Mafia family, is out here stopping Jim Jocko from climbing the cage. And Jim Jocko saying, get out the way, kid. You don't want this problem, I promise you. Honestly, if I was Jim Jocko, I'd jump off the cage on top of Logan Moore. Big ass crossbody, take the championship. And Logan Moore is saying that BMF is the standard of the CWG, not the franchise. Logan Moore needs to get away from this cage match. And again, Jim Jocko was not surprised about this. And the Jock Man is standing on the cage. Logan Moore is down on the floor. What is he going to do? But wait a minute. There's the big man. The Black Giant. And the Black Giant here. Gonna go for his patented wasteland. And drops Logan Moore with it. Telling Logan Moore to get the hell out of here. And there's Pete Jones. The other third of the Black Mafia family. Oh, what an uppercut there by the boxing legend. And the Black Mafia family now taking out the Black Giant. And now Logan Moore here on the Giant and takes him down. The Black Mafia family dominating the Giant on the outside of the cage. And now here's the money. And oh no, hopefully this cage match doesn't end like this. Hopefully this cage match doesn't end like this, and it's going to. And it is going to, unfortunately, folks. The Black Mafia family again with another screw job here at Genesis. And now, wait a minute. Dion Jackson trying to escape the cage here. And Jim Jocko now shaking the cage. And oh my goodness gracious me. Dion Jackson takes the spill to the floor. Jim Jocko now. Oh, wait a minute. Jocko escape. Jocko escape. Jocko's not going to escape. And he goes for the dive. Oh no, the money moved out of the way. And oh, there's the money. There is the money by Dion Jackson. Jim Jocko, what have you done? Went for the big dive. And the first pinfall of the matchup secures the victory for Dion Jackson. A major miscalculation by Jim Jocko. Yes, the Black Mafia family made the interference. Yes, they were able to stop the Black Giant, but Jim Jocko knocked Dion Jackson off the cage. All he had to do was climb down, and Jim Jocko went for the moment to take out Dion Jackson, for the moment that no one would ever forget, and it was the mistake. It was almost like these men had an understanding that not one of them would try and win the matchup by pinfall, and Dion Jackson broke that when he hit the money and is still the World Wrestling Future Champion. A bad break for Jim Jocko here tonight. My God, folks, what an incredible night it has been. Incredible matches, but coming up next is our main event of the evening. We are crowning the first ever CAW Wrestling Global Champion. We had a tournament to determine who would get to the finals. Chad Warrior from the King of the Indies, Kong from Fight Japan CAW Wrestling, and made it to the final. But owner Matt Mongo has promised us one more man in this matchup. A surprise opponent will join us here in the main event, and here's Matt Mongo. And he says, what a crazy night it's been so far, and guess what? We aren't done yet. It's time for the main event, the big one. Who is going to become the first CWG World Heavyweight Champion? The pinnacle of independent wrestling. Chad Warrior? Or how about the beast from the East, Kong? Or how about my surprise competitor? It all goes down next. This has been CWG Genesis 2026. And believe me, there's a lot more to come. Folks, our main event is next. And introducing first, the Scottish-born wrestler, the first King of the Indies champion on YouTube, Mr. Chad Warrior himself. What a road it was to get here tonight. He defeated Shen in the semi-finals and Dion Jackson in the quarterfinals to get here tonight to compete for the CWG Championship. Chad Warrior, almost the poster boy of CAW Wrestling Global. I want to commend him on the weight that he has lost. Chad Warrior has gone into incredible condition for this finals for CAW Wrestling Global Genesis. This means the world to him, as you can see it on his face. Again, Chad Warrior, another wrestler that had a big money contract on the table from the Major Pain Wrestling Federation to even skip the World Wrestling Future to head straight to the main roster. But Chad Warrior, believing in CAW Wrestling Global, is here and looking to become the first champion. Look at how humble he is. What a moment this could be for him, but again, an upwards hill to climb, folks, because his opponent is a big powerhouse, ladies and gentlemen. You don't get the name Kong if you're a small human being. Former sumo wrestler, former Fight Japan CAW Wrestling Eastern champion. Kong looking to become the CWG Heavyweight Champion. Kong has been nothing but unlimited potential, the beast from the East. And now is his time to dominate the world, folks. To dominate the globe. The easy advantage goes to Kong in this matchup. A David versus Goliath situation. Interesting, Chad Warrior again choosing to lose weight here. Maybe want to increase his speed, because again, let's face it, Kong is not a slow human being. So that was the strategy, but let's not forget the added wrinkle to this matchup. Who is the third man, folks? That sounds like Bobby Hina or Tony Schiavone. Who's the third man? Who is going to be involved in the main event? Who is the free agent that Matt Mongo has signed that would be a part of this heavyweight title match? Anticipation building. Who's it going to be? Wait a second. The final level is here in the CWG, folks. Mr. One Life himself, Wayne Level, the top free agent, the man who is in the main event of Genesis. What a huge moment here. Wayne Level, one of the highest prospects, the top prospects in all of CAW Wrestling, drinking it in here in the Allstate Arena. A former World Wrestling Future champion, former MPWF European champion, multi-championships outside of the Major Pain Wrestling Federation, is here in the main event at CAW Wrestling Global. What an ovation for Wayne Level. Again, what a decision for Wayne Level. Not signing ink to paper with the MPWF, signing with CAW Wrestling Global. Matt Mongo's got some money, folks. He's got some influence. Wow. Top free agent is correct. And there it is. The CWG Heavyweight Championship. 3 men with their eyes on the prize. Kong defeating Billy Ray Peterson and Aaron Flyboy Fletcher to get here tonight. Wayne Level not able to compete in the tournament because he was under contract in the NPWF during that time, is now here tonight. Who is going to be the champion? I said it, folks. February 22nd is a history-making night in CAW Wrestling. And we know who this crowd is going to be behind. The final level. What a big-time matchup this is. And now Kong going straight after Chad Warrior here. I know Wayne Level going after him. Now this may be the strategy in this main event here, is for Chad Warrior and Wayne Level to team up against the Behemoth, to team up against the Beast from the East. And right there, you cannot stop him. Look at how powerful he is. And wait a minute. Tandem kicks there by Wayne Level and Chad Warrior. And oh God, Kong though. He got hit in the face by two men at once and popped up like nothing happened. And now the 7-foot monster trying to destroy Wayne Level here. And this is incredible, ladies and gentlemen. Like I said, what a night it's been. We said there would be a lot of surprises here on this show. And this may be the biggest one. Wayne Level in CAW Wrestling Global with a net breaker there on Kong. You know, I had Wayne Level becoming a world champion in the NPWF right here in 2026, and he could be a world champion in CWG. What a huge signing by Matt Mongo. A big knee there by Wayne Level, and went for the clothesline. Did Kong Level moving out the way here. Now let's get over the rules of this matchup. Triple threat rules, which means one pinfall or submission will decide this matchup. No time limit, no disqualification, no count out. And now Kong here with a big headbutt to Chad Warrior. So again, the strategy is going to change for every man in this matchup. And now wait up! Oh my God! A reverse Rana there by Wayne Level, taking down the big man. And Wayne Level is a full heavyweight. That man is jacked right now, folks. And I've got Chad Warrior around the waist. And now Warrior trying to escape here against Wayne Level. Reverses with a hammerlock and a shot to the back. And now Kong clothesline and Chad Warrior. And a big right hand there by Kong, Statman and Wayne Level. And now look at this, grabbing Wayne Level by his face and throwing him to the floor. Does Kong, and now springboard leg drop there by Chad Warrior. And you know, I don't like the strategy here by Level and Warrior. The strategy in the beginning of this matchup, double teaming on Kong, that's correct. That's what you gotta do. This right here, not great strategy. That's not, wait a minute. And now Chad Warrior, oh my God, a sunset flip to the floor. And I wonder how Warrior feels about Wayne Level being this matchup. We mentioned before how he's almost the face of CAW Wrestling Global, and a new face has arrived. And again, Kong don't care about labels, don't care about being the face of nothing. He just cares about dominating his opponents. As a shot there by Chad Warrior, and a springboard crossbody, taking down the big man. And a big kick there. And again, this is an international matchup. Chad Warrior from Scotland, Wayne Level from the United States of America, Phoenix, Arizona, and Kong from Japan. And now Wayne Level rolling through here. And what a kick there to Chad Warrior. And now Level over the top rope there to Kong. And that is the athleticism of Wayne Level. The skill of Wayne Level here, folks. And Chad Warrior with a dive and took out the cameraman and takes down Wayne Level. And the action is moving at a fast pace in this main event. And a shot to the midsection there by the big man Kong, knocking down Wayne Level, and a big neck breaker. All three men down momentarily. And what a boot to the face there. And that one may have busted up Chad Warrior. Kong now. You cannot keep him down for long, folks. Like, that's the problem with a man like Kong. It's going to take some heavy offense to keep this man down. And a big boot there. Chad Warrior trying these martial arts style kicks. And now look at this. Look at the power of Kong, and a dominator to the floor. And now Kong breaking out the weapons here, and a chair shot to Wayne Level. Crowd not happy with that one. There was no weapons being used before this, and Kong deciding hell to the no-no, and he's going to beat down his opponents. And Kong now throwing Chad Warrior into the barricade. And now big right hand here. Big rights and lefts to Wayne Level. Level fight back with a knee strike. And getting dropped down by the big man Kong. And now look at this. Oh my God, a big slam there by Kong. And Kong in control. Chad Warrior from behind. And Chad Warrior now, look at these knee strikes here. Oh, beautiful knee there by the Scottish-born wrestler. Chad Warrior now with the cover on Kong. And Kong kicking out before the one. And oh my God, what a knockout shot there to Warrior. Wayne Level going to continue to fight back. Again, Wayne Level making a huge career decision, joining the CWG. And not only that, folks, it's Black History Month. Wayne Level is looking for a victory here tonight. He looking to end February on a high note is Wayne Level. As Chad Warrior now with the steel chair here. And throws it right at Kong's face. And a drop kick there by Warrior. As Warrior now sends Wayne Level into the buckle. And Chad Warrior looking to bring the championship back to the British Isles. And a right hand there by Warrior. And he's on the top rope here. The tippy top with Wayne Level. And now here comes the superplex and he hits it. Big time superplex. Now wait a minute. Kong. Oh my God. What a splash. What a rib cracking splash. And a second one to Wayne Level. This sold out capacity crowd is loving this main event. And now here's the power and strength of the sumo wrestler, the beast from the east. And a big suplex there to Chad Warrior. And now Kong could be looking for a sit-out powerbomb. And that would be it. And now wait a minute. Oh, what a German suplex. You saw how high Chad Warrior went in a clothesline. Twisting him inside out. Wayne Level with a table though. And it wouldn't be a no-rules matchup without a table, folks. As Wayne Level now unleashing on Kong. And Wayne Level is just tearing a new one into Kong here. But Kong not falling over. Not being knocked down by Wayne Level in that kick. And oh my God, one shot. Wayne Level threw about 10 shots on Kong. And one right hand dropped Level. And Kong there with a shoulder tackle. Taking down Chad Warrior again. And now Wayne Level went for a kick. Kong ducked under it. And now wait a minute. Here it comes. Sit down powerbomb to Wayne Level. And that is it, folks. With the cover 2. Level just getting the shoulder up. And Kong cannot believe it. Kong in disbelief. And now Chad Warrior with a drop kick from behind to the back of the head. And now Warrior going to look for the frog splash on Kong. I know he switches it to Wayne Level. And now Chad Warrior to walk away here with the CWG World Championship. And Kong just breaks it up. Oh my word, folks. Chad Warrior with a smart move there. Taking down Wayne Level after 2 finishes. And Kong just saving the title. And a shot there to Wayne Level with a table. Kong using the table like a steel chair, folks. Think about that one. Picture that in your brain, or better yet, replay this and take a look at that. He just used the table as a steel chair. And now wait a minute. Kong now with a powerbomb. And Chad Warrior just landed on the table. And now there's a reverse runner by Wayne Level. That was a nasty landing for Chad Warrior. Warrior trying to get to his feet. And now Wayne Level with a springboard crossbody on Chad Warrior. And Kong ain't going to springboard. And if he did, it'd be terrifying for everyone here in this vicinity. And now Wayne Level now. Oh wait, look at the power of Wayne Level with Kong here. And Stormbreaker by Wayne Level. And oh my God, Chad Warrior knocking down Wayne Level. But that was a feat of strength there by Mr. Wayne Level. The Stormbreaker to Kong on the outside of the ring. And now wait a minute, Chad Warrior now with a ladder, folks. And this one's getting beyond crazy here. And Level and Kong found on the outside of the ring. Chad Warrior now setting up the ladder, folks. What has he got planned here? Chad Warrior trying to catch his breath back though. He's taking quite a beating here in this matchup. And Level now dragging Kong back, and Chad Warrior thinking different of what he was going to do. Wayne Level going to try and put Kong through this table, and Kong fires back with an elbow. And now, oh, there's the power of Kong. Look at that. Wayne Level is top rope height with that move and gets slammed all the way to the floor. Chad Warrior trying to climb up the ladder. Kong went for the shot on Wayne Level. Level moving out the way here. And now Wayne Level gonna again try and put Kong through this table here. And now he's got him up on the top of the table. And there's Chad Warrior on top of the ladder. Wayne Level doesn't realize here. Oh, what the? What? You sick human being, Chad Warrior. What the hell are you thinking? Did you see that? A somersault drop kick off the ladder to the floor. Chad Warrior putting it all on the goddamn line here, folks. Take a look at this replay. Oh my God, look at this. Good grief. A somersault drop kick off the ladder to the floor. Chad Warrior risks being a paraplegic to take out Wayne Level here in this matchup. And it may be for naught as Kong has Warrior up now. And Kong, oh my God, power bombs him on the table. Exploded. It exploded. These men are holding nothing back in the main event here at Genesis. Again, you cannot redo this. This is the first PLE for CWG, folks. Whatever happens, whatever is the outcome, it can never be changed. Only one man can become the first world champion of CWG. I said you will get immortalized here tonight, and there's the set-out powerbomb by Kong. And Kong now going for the cover here to become the champion, and Wayne Level breaks it up. And a drop kick there by Wayne Level on the big man Kong. And again, you can feel it. All three men are weak here in this matchup. So I think there's blood coming out Kong's head, blood coming out Chad Warrior's head. And now Wayne Level. Oh, his shoulder right there to Kong, and Level now jumping into the ring and a German suplex. And now Chad Warrior with the monkey flip to Wayne Level. And Warrior now with that steel chair. And what a shot to Kong's face. Chad Warrior with an ode to Sabu and a DDT there to Wayne Level. And now Warrior with the frog splash taking down the big man. And that's what Chad Warrior needed to make sure he could do, was take out Kong. And now Wayne Level rolling through here. Oh my God, what a kick. And now the final level. Waiting in for Chad Warrior. And now hidden blade elbow. Oh my God, he almost took his head off his shoulders. And Wayne Level seeing Kong get to his feet, and Level with a dive on Kong. Wayne Level with a vicious hidden blade, and Chad Warrior has not moved since. And Level now hook of the leg. Kong back to his feet. 2, 3, and Wayne Level is the first ever CWG Heavyweight Champion of the world. What a matchup, folks. What a night. The beginning of something new. And again, you have one life and one opportunity to live it. And Wayne Level makes history once again. The first ever MPWF European Champion. And now the first ever CWG World Heavyweight Champion. Again, no one can take these accolades away from Wayne Level. A history maker, a trendsetter, a record maker here tonight. What a moment for the final level. He put pen to paper and has made history, folks. History. What a moment and what an ovation. Wayne Level, your new CWG World Heavyweight Champion. Wait a minute, what is this? What the hell is this? Wait a minute. That's CJ Blocker. That is CJ Blocker. the self-proclaimed best in the world, who was fired from the NPWF for assaulting his boss. As CJ Parker is here and taking out Ray Level. What the hell? CJ Parker looks more crazier and vicious than ever. Oh my goodness gracious, folks, this is insane. CJ Parker is here and taking out Wayne Level. And now Parker has Wayne Level on his shoulders. And there's a burning hammer. Has CJ Parker signed with the CWG? And there's the familiar riff of the Broken by the Fireball Ministry. Oh my God, again, the surprises keep coming, folks. I didn't think we'd have more surprises after the main event. But CJ Parker just sent a message with a burning hammer to Wayne Level. And oh my God, that is what it's all about, folks. I think we've just met the newest signing to CWG. The best in the world, CJ Parker, has arrived. Wayne Level, the first CWG World Heavyweight Champion. CJ Parker is now here in this show. Folks, my name's Dwayne James Johnny Feelgood, and I'm signing out. Thank you for watching Genesis.